guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's video will be the mid-monthly reading for the month of September 2018, focusing on the areas of career and finance and love and relationships. For the reading, I'll be using the Wheel of the Year Tarot for the love and relationships part of the reading, the Gilded Tarot for the career and finance. If I need to clarify anything, I'll use the Zillich Tarot. And I'll also pull additional oracle cards from the Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue and the Life Purpose oracle card deck, also by Doreen Virtue. As I like to remind you, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. In order to get a truly personalized reading focusing on you, what's going on in your life right now, you would need to get a private reading with me. If you're interested, all of the information that you need to order a private reading can be found in the description box below this video. Additionally, I would encourage you to watch not just your sun sign video, but also your rising and moon sign. Sometimes the messages, you can pick up bits and pieces in each of the readings, and then by listening to all three of them, you will get a more complete overview of what what you can be expecting, what might be coming up during the last portion of the month. And one last message, this is focusing on love and career and finance. If you're looking for just the general overview for the month of September, those have already been posted. You can find those, in the playlist on my channel. And then the ones for October will be coming out more towards the end of the month, when I'll also put out the full moon reading and do the next full moon drawing. All right, I think that's it as far as messages. So I will say bye for now, and we'll see each of the signs in 1 second for your reading. Hi Capricorn, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your mid-monthly reading. As you can see, I have already shuffled off camera and I have the spread laid out. So let's start off with career and finance. You have in the past position the Three of Pentacles, followed by Major Arcana, number 13, Death. And the outbound energy, is the Six of Wands. And the card that was at the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the last 2 weeks, Major Arcana number 21, the World. And from the Life Purpose oracle card deck, you have travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. And we'll get into more about this card in a minute, but just looking over your reading, the main messages coming through they have to do with completion, possibly completing a project, completing a short-term goal. It can have to do with with the Death card here, it could be even completing a job, leaving a job, and we do have the Victory card coming in, so some type of recognition, acknowledgement, accolades received for a job well done. Could be promotion, right? You could be leaving behind a lower level position, now gaining the recognition that you deserve, being offered a promotion, getting, the job, this other job that you wanted. If it's within the same company, could be. For others, this could be leaving a particular job to move into something completely different. You have with the World card as the overall energy. This speaks of, a significant chapter in your life ending. So a significant ending, but one that brings in a brand new beginning, right? We know that the World card is the last of the Major Arcana, and it really, what it symbolizes is it's the end of the Fool's journey. So the Fool begins his journey with the Zero card. And that's funny. I was actually looking here in your love and relationship reading, your overall energy is the Fool, which is the Zero card. But anyway, so yeah, the Fool begins his journey with the Zero card, and then goes through all of the, the lessons, it's the whole learning experience until reaching the World card, and then it's the end of that particular journey, that particular chapter in his life, and then a new one begins. So for some of you, you could You could have been working at a particular job for quite a while, and now there's a change coming in with the Three of Pentacles. This card usually has to do with reaching a milestone, completing a short-term project or goal, and then kind of weighing things up, looking at, okay, I've achieved, or I've completed this goal, and now what? If I continue using the same plan that I have been using and following the same plan, is that ultimately going to get me, where I want to go? It's about feeling good about what you've achieved so far, but it's also kind of looking, long term, what is it that I want for myself? So, it's about keeping your eye on the end result. It's about possibly, thinking about pursuing a new activity. Again, if you have done something for a while, and then you feel good about that, but then you're looking ahead, you're keeping your eye on, sort of the future here, there could be an ending. And with the Death card coming in, the death is it's a significant ending, right? It's a major arcana card, but it also brings in new beginnings. So it's really about, this new phase, this new beginning that could be coming in for you, possibly that has to do with, a job well done, you kind of standing out from the rest of the crowd here. This could be if you have been applying for a new job, if you've, put your resume out there, you've been putting applications out there. It's like finally, you stand out from the rest of the crowd. So there was something in your application, something in your resume that really caught the eye of, the hiring manager or the human resources department. And, this is now you kind of gaining that. It could be you getting the interview here. This could be you, it could be you getting the job, not just the interview, right? This could be a brand new phase in your life with the Death card, the World card. This could be a completely new chapter, so a new job, a completely new career even. It could even be at a different distance with the World card. This could be an opportunity coming in to work at a great distance than where you are currently working. And we also have, the Six of Wands, the man. I mean, it's about returning from battle, but he is on horseback. There is sort of, and he's facing forward. There is forward movement. So there could be you moving to a new location at quite a distance than where you are right now. This could even be, an opportunity. If it's not overseas, it could be with an international company, a company that has offices overseas. For others, especially with the Oracle card that came out, this travel card, there could be, an overseas connection with this new opportunity. Possibly. Let me find the guidebook. Let's see what else the travel card has to say. I like to read the full meaning for the Oracle card. So we have travel. You drew this card as validation of what you already knew, that your life's work involves traveling. You may be called to be of service in faraway places. Or it could be that a life-changing travel experience will give you breakthrough information about your divine purpose. Like a traveling minstrel, you bring blessings wherever you go. This card also speaks to movement in your life, with adventurous and life-enhancing changes occurring for you now and in the immediate future. By letting go of the old and stepping into these changes, you gain the sense of meaning and fulfillment that you have desired. The former stagnation is replaced with a passion for new projects and relationships. A third meaning of this card is that your life purpose involves technology, especially with respect to computers and telecommunication. This card could signal telecommuting, where you work from home via a computer, or it could literally mean that your work involves computer programming, sales, and such. So again, the messages coming through here is to do with, this change and not being afraid to face change. Because sometimes with the Death card can also, it can speak of fears, and kind of like the fear of this ending or the fear of change. And so, with this card, it's about not allowing yourself to fear whatever this new thing is, this change that's coming in, that because that can possibly lead to stagnation, right? And kind of stagnation of energy. And again, with the World card, is, obviously not the same message, but there is a message of, with the World card about moving forward, and being excited about the new experience, letting go, moving into this, whatever this new opportunity is. And again, not allowing ourselves to get caught up in this stagnant energy. Three of Pentacles can also speak of, new activities. And really, with the Suit of Pentacles being very tangible, right? It's that earthly, the tangible things here in the material realm. This is all about, something that's very tangible. This could be, a new project, this new kind of new result here, or something new that you're working towards, but it's very tangible. So there's manifestation, bringing this new project, this new job, this new, this change into reality. But allow yourself to move forward very confidently. There's recognition, success in whatever this decision is, this decision to move forward. And it could involve travel or something at a distance at least, but it's very positive, and very, it's sort of secure, but it's very positive forward movement, forward, kind of pushing you towards this brand new beginning. So very good. Let's move on here to your love and relationship part of the reading. You have, to begin with, the Three of Cups, or the Three of Chalices in this deck, followed by Major Arcana number 5, the Hierophant, and the Six of Chalices, or the Six of Cups. This is the outbound energy. And like I was showing you, the overall energy, the card from the bottom of the deck, you have the Zero card. This is the Fool. And your Romance Angels Oracle card that came out is Chemistry. And it says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So, looking at, you have 2 Cups cards, and usually, Cups cards deal with our emotions, our feelings, relationships. It's also, it also deals with sort of how our feelings influence our behaviors, influence our relationships, move us through life, move us through our relationships. And beginning with this Three of Cups, or Three of Chalices, this is a card of celebration. This is a card of, sometimes it can be, just more of an insignificant getting together with friends, meeting up, having a drink, going out to dinner, just enjoying the company of other people. It can also be, more significant. There can be a significant sort of celebration. We see that there is actually, they're celebrating a birth here on the card. So sometimes this card appears when there's news of a pregnancy, news of a birth of a child. This can also be celebrating news of an engagement. This can be news of a wedding, wedding ceremony, at the wedding reception, getting together with the people and celebrating that moment. Obviously it's not going to apply to everybody watching, right, with the reference to pregnancies and birth of a child. But for some of you it might, right? If it's not you yourself, there could be family members or close friends of yours that that are going through this, that are celebrating these events, these life events. And in this particular deck, it's actually called the Happy Event, right? And so it does speak of joy, festivity, some type of happy ending or victory. There's also healing, with Cups cards, there can also be healing. And it's followed by, I'll go through the meaning of each card and then I'll tie the, the main message together. It's followed by the Hierophant, which it can be a card of healing in the sense that, this figure, this Hierophant can be like a counselor if you're seeking out the guidance of a spiritual counselor or just a relationship counselor. This, it can have to do with that. The Hierophant can also be just, a religious figure, somebody who offers spiritual guidance. It can also have to do with, large institutions oftentimes when the Hierophant appears. So it can be dealing with, like the government or large institutions such as religious organizations. It can be the courts. It can be going, before going before a religious figure. So it can symbolize marriage as well, the Hierophant here. In this deck, he's called the Man of Sound Counsel. So again, this, this sort of spiritual figure, somebody who could guide, somebody who possibly performs ceremonies with the celebration. For some of you, there could be an engagement. You could be going to get married, seeking guidance from this spiritual counselor here. And then we have the Six of Cups in the outbound position. Now, the Six of Cups, usually it speaks of nostalgia, looking back on the past. You can see that the woman here, she's actually looking back, thinking about, remembering a relationship from the past, or a happier time in the past, in her past. She can be thinking back on past relationships. Previous partners. It can also have to do with, the past, like childhood, thinking back to, or even when you sort of go back to where you used to live, or maybe you're meeting up with family members who you haven't seen for a long time, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic in nature. This can just be meeting up with friends you haven't seen for a long time, family members that you haven't seen from a long time. The card can have to do with past life connections. So there can be, this sort of more or a deeper meaning with this past life. So that could be dealing with, a past life connection. But it's everything to do with the past. Sometimes the card can have to do with fear, sort of fear of moving forward, fear of change, fear of, what's coming up in the future. But usually there's a very sort of sweet type of energy surrounding the Six of Cups. Is this nostalgic, thinking back to your childhood, or feeling, happy like you used to feel when you were a child. So it's usually a very happy, sort of nostalgic type of energy. Then we have the Fool card, and the Fool is the new beginning. Like I was saying with the World over in the other part of your reading, the Fool is it's the first of the major arcana. He's the zero card, so he's sort of that, that breath between the ending and, manifesting with the number one card, the Magician. He is kind of right there in the middle, and you see that in this deck, he's actually in this wheel, right? And he's ready to roll off the mountain. So he's ready to take that leap of faith, right? Even more so, I think, than in regular, in a lot of the traditional decks. You see the person kind of with one foot off the mountain, you're off the cliff, ready to take that leap of faith. He's not just ready, he's rolling off the cliff here. So there's a huge leap of faith here, right? And in this particular deck, he's called, or the card is called A Leap into the Dark. So it's about, this exciting new adventure, and even craving this adventure. In this deck, it's also tied to like breaking rules and taboos, that type of thing. So, and that's interesting because the Hierophant is a very traditional card, right? This is all about, the doing things by the book, right? It's the ceremony kind of associated with the Hierophant as this religious figure. If we think of large religious institutions, they're very much about ritual and the ceremony. And the Fool is kind of, saying the opposite. It's about embracing the taboo, embracing this kind of new, different things, breaking the rules. So that's kind of conflicting energy here. You might be going against some type of, traditional way of doing things, within this relationship. If this is a romantic relationship, there might be something quite different about it. It might be, not traditional, what, society labels as traditional. You might be embarking upon a completely new relationship. Maybe this is a relationship that thinking back to your past. Seems quite specific, actually, the message is coming through. Maybe you have wanted to be in a relationship like this ever since you were a child, but for whatever reason, you were scared to kind of break out, and if this is a non-traditional, thinking about, being in a same-sex relationship, if you're somebody who was raised very traditional, right? Maybe your parents or your family, the upbringing that you have, they weren't very open to different, types of relationships or lifestyles. And it's something that maybe you have wanted to do, and you've wanted to break out of that for a while. And it's like now you're kind of doing it. Now you're willing to take this huge leap of faith, and maybe it is a big leap of faith for you. If you haven't had one of those relationships, if you haven't been open or sort of opened up or allowed yourself to be open to this type of relationship, now you're at that moment, you're ready to do that. And that doesn't seem like it's very specific. For others, there could be a new cycle in a relationship. It could have to do with somebody from your past. You could be getting back into a relationship with somebody who, you might have already been married to this person, or you might have had a significant relationship with them. Could have even been engaged to them in the past. But for whatever reason, either you took a break, things didn't work out, and now there's a coming back around again, right? You might bump into them. They might sort of appear, when you least expect it, but there's a new beginning with this person. And it might be kind of crazy, breaking rules, a little bit taboo, because you are over that person and you never dreamed that you would get back with them again. But now there's this, crazy opportunity to reconnect with this person from your past. And it could be, it could be very exciting. There's chemistry there. Let me read what this Romance Angels card says. Chemistry. Interesting. Chemistry. Here we go. You've received this card because you feel a strong dynamic pull toward another person. In other words, you share chemistry with him or her. This creates intense, pleasurable sensations that draw you to each other. If this person is someone other than your partner in a committed relationship, then the chemistry is probably a source of both stress and escape. You'll need to weigh your options and the consequences carefully before or instead of leaving your current partner or embarking upon an affair. If, however, you are single and feel this pull toward another unattached person, then this card brings you a go-ahead green light of good news. Most likely, the chemistry is mutual and merits exploration. If, however, I read that already. In some cases, this card may mean that a lack of chemistry is a cause for relationship issues and personal discontent. If there was chemistry initially, it may be restored by devoting effort to the relationship. Passion sparks and romance can be revived through playfulness, thoughtfulness, time together, and caring gestures. Call upon the Romance Angels to guide you as you make important decisions about channeling this chemistry. And, really what I'm getting more here is this getting back, this coming back around. It's like the second chance with somebody from your past, or this, past life connection with another person that, might appear sort of out of nowhere. It could even have to do with this celebration. You might be at a party. You might be at somebody else's, engagement party, wedding party, baby shower. It seems like it's in this very unexpected type of manner, or, you're not expecting it at all, right? And this person, just somebody from your past, or this could be, this kind of soulmate, this past life connection, it's a surprise, and it kind of comes out of nowhere, and you're really asked to, take that leap of faith, give it a chance. Could be with, somebody that you had a serious relationship with in the past. And again, for others, there was that very specific, message coming through of just breaking from tradition, going with this, breaking the rules, whatever taboo might mean, as far as, the way that you were raised, and embarking upon this new relationship. So, Very interesting. Interesting messages for you, Capricorn, and I'm a Capricorn, so interesting. I'll have to sit and ponder, I think, on this reading. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. I thank you for watching the video today. I look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of September. Bye for now.